We'll see Drew Lock and the Denver Broncos taking on Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals.
In a few months' time, snow will blanket the Great Peaks just to our west, but for now, summer still in full swing at Empower Field at Mile High. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Arizona Cardinals and the Denver Broncos. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Here comes the Bronco offense with Drew Lock from Missouri in charge.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, accentuate the positive. That's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
First carry for the former Buckeye, J.K. Dobbins. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Right back to Dobbins on first. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
Brings up second and 11 at the 46-yard line.
On second and 11 now. Lock. That's going to be caught by Judy. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 27 yards there, a first down.
First and 10.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's first and 10 at the 27. And the pass is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Jerry Jeudy. Jerry Jeudy, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Well, these guys scored touchdown after touchdown in that win a week ago. So how do they come out this week? Same way. They got that momentum going, a touchdown on the opening drive.
I think it's safe to say that they're in a groove, isn't it? I mean, a lot of times we've seen where teams have scored a ton of points the week before. The very next week struggle to score almost as if they used it all up. Not in this case. This group appears locked in.
And we're going to have to make some adjustments if you're on the other side of that football. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Cardinals now getting set to go offensively, and it'll be the dual-threat quarterback Kyler Murray leading the way.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some. They threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass. So he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
Murray and the Cardinals with a first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
Here's Murray. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
A loss of 3 yards.
Competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
Hunter Henry brings it in. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
A loss of 8 yards.
So the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 36. A cool little accomplishment for him passing the football. 25. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. It's the former Michigan man, Chase Winovich, who gets in there to bring him down. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Another try after the 1st down sack. Murray, open man, it's Preston Williams. Touchdown, Cardinals! Preston Williams, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? R-A-C?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Taken in at the 3. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So now the 2nd drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam. But notice how he keeps his head on a swivel, looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Jerry Jeudy with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Broncos have taken the lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2.
Get that back with it. I got you.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this carries into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know that makes some adjustments.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
You was making fun of me, huh?
Shotgun now from Murray. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
See, he'll get you a carry.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes ready to scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I wanted to go today. I really did. I was craving a
through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Broncos 14, Cardinals 7.
Now on 2nd and 13. Murray, that's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 40. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains. So we're 1st and 10 now in Denver territory, right at the 40. They'll run. This is Kamara. And he was able to shed one tackle, but could not get away from there. Justin Simmons up from his safety spot to make the tackle.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook.
And the Broncos get there and take him down.
Kyler Murray.
A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left. Roll him out, bootleg him, do some different things.
Murray fighting, lost the football. The Broncos say they have it. They do.
Well, that's a down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry.
Oh, that's right. You leave it to
big tackle through the hole.
You leave it to
Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Nuh-uh. No.
On 2nd down, a run to Dobbins. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Jerry Jeudy on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Broncos will extend their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
This will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
25 yards.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over.
Murray has it knocked loose. Fumble.
The pass. Fumble on the play. Recovered by the
Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
People die. The greediness comes.
Only to about the 16-yard line. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Murray with a 3rd and long. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th
Obama was wearing today.
More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done.
The oldest living president right now
is a 42-yard play, aided by a loss of yardage on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. And the focus shifts back to Jerry Jeudy and his Bronco teammates. He might be on his way to a record-setting performance. So good here. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And it's so interesting when we watch these types of days unfold for a receiver because they need a quarterback throwing it accurately, people to block for the quarterback, so many other variables. But, boy, he's getting it done, and in a big way. Right now, he wants to rock on every snap.
Yeah, he's counting his yards in the hundreds, not the tens. On 1st and 10, here's Locke. He'll go up top here. It's caught inside the 25. And they'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score.
I think that's why they were trying to impeach him again, so he can't
His
never take
fifth
the second
touchdown
run.
now on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. But sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went.
The House convicted him, but
games, isn't it? Just go
the House convicted him, but the Senate did. So that's why he really gets that. But this last time, I think two or three came away from the Senate and joined the other convictions before he got it. And I think the vice president was one of them too, and that's what threw it all.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up
Pitts
and
went
send this
against
one
it
away.
too, so that really fucked his world up.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
I think that's pretty cool that they can all sit there.
Now Kyler Murray ready to get back under center. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure that his team sees him as confident. Continue to try and up his game, but just let him know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
See if he has that confidence. A throw left side to start out, that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 at first.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you're like basketball teams that don't.
No, we ain't counting that. Without Trump, we already know he's the worst. Yeah.
Move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go for one person.
He was in on that.
You, Charles Davis.
Yeah, they were in on that Al-Qaeda stuff. They were, oh my God, that was crazy what they were
around
doing.
the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Now it's Kamara in the passing game. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
Well, so far, little to no resistance by the defense on this drive alone. 3 passes, 3 completions, 3 first downs. They're taking it to him, and it's paying off.
That's why I could tell.
Murray now on first down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. He is proving his worth defensively. Getting the sack here, that comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game. He's stacking games together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did the previous week to be named AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Continuing to play at that level. And when you get that kind of confidence going, those kind of guys are hard to stop. And he's going to go down again. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing on third and long. Murray. And the pressure gets to him again. 6 yards. I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there. And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
At their own 12-yard line.
The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right? And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward. Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Throwing on first down is Locke. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. He's got a man, complete. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown.
Big baller shot called.
Judy, as the first half is winding down, and the Broncos will add on to their lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
You didn't put the ball away yet?
Lead the Cardinals back out on offense. But a decent start for him here this first half, but they're losing. And I think as the captain of the offense, you probably always feel like you need to do more in that situation.
The best have always felt that way, and they won't settle for anything less. So right now, his goal is to increase what he's doing on the field, try to make sure his teammates come along with him, and he feels like if I do better, everyone will do better. And that's what we're seeing from him right now. Got to have a little extra determination.
Yeah, a little extra determination. He has thrown the touchdown pass, no interceptions for him personally to this point.
I did that for my 25th birthday. I was on the stage decking as hell.
Right side by Adams. He'll go down, but not before getting
I'll never forget that day. I was like, wow, I've been hearing my boxes on stage.
30 yards.
Don't give me that shit ever
So we're
again.
at halftime here in Denver with the Broncos leading this one. As now we send you out to Orlando and we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this week 3 matchup. It'll be the Cardinals who get the ball first. They trail here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
He was just like, just give me a chance. That pretty much is what he was saying, just give me a chance.
And from the shotgun, he'll throw. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. 6 yards.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
After the sack on 1st down, Murray looking left side. It's complete. He's got it. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
And he is going to have a Cardinals 1st down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
It's about to go down. We're going to show off in the new house. We're doing it in every room. Look, we're doing it in every room.
The ball is out. Kamara fumbled it, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. You can almost see inside his face mask there.
I would like to see that footage.
He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate
No, you go pass. We're going to watch it together.
Territory here. They're making points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside.
No, you hold on, you right. That's that old folks point. No, you don't want to see that. You sure right. I just thought about that.
Different ways. Had the big play in the run game the play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing
Ghetto.
game.
No budget field.
That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
Yeah, we can't do that. I just thought about that. They're in their 70s when they get in there.
They run it again with Kamara. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down.
At the 5-yard line.
That was all long. I started at 7 o'clock.
Out Out of the gun, here's Murray. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Will Fuller. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals get a bit closer.
Trying to make a comeback often appears daunting, but the only way to get there, start small, score, and worry about getting the next one after that.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Taking it about the 1. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
And the focus shifts back to Jerry Jeudy and his Bronco teammates. What a game for him, Charles. 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
You're exactly right. And let's face it, we have to stand up and applaud this one, even though we're supposed to be neutral.
This doesn't just... Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. It's a big play there for the Broncos. 41 yards.
The dynamic duo is doing damage in this one, and they've certainly been on point throughout. And they hook up again for another big play.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
They probably see that. Y'all just go home. It's 9 o'clock. We got to go big.
From the gun, it's Locke. That is caught inside the 5. And all the way home for a Broncos score.
5 o'clock.
Jerry Jeudy, 36 yards. And the Broncos will extend their lead.
And they can't go to sleep.
That touchdown
still got to sign paperwork.
is the 5th for him in this game, and that ties the NFL record.
Look, can we do this shit in the morning?
This is another person that's tied.
Nope, you're ready.
Think about this. Bob Shaw said it in 1950. Kellen Winslow came along and tied it. And then, of course, Jerry Rice tied it as well. And finally, we're seeing it here one more time. Phenomenal.
Imagine leaving that shit 4 years earlier than you're supposed to. You got to go back to civilization. And then you're not even wanted at the White House. Then you're kicked off every social media.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
The football going back over to Arizona now. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
I have no idea. All I know is people were saying
we always have better being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
I wonder if can he do that and pardon himself? He ain't even been arrested.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Kyler Murray.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Fielded at the 43. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
I couldn't believe they had what's his name arrested. Lil Wayne. For a gun that he was getting, it was a golden gun that doesn't even work.
1st and 10.
But then
It's
I said
down.
the reason he got picked
And
up
this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
I was like, oh, really? He said, yeah, keep pardoning him, man. I was like, wow. So you shouldn't even been in there in the first place. It was recent.
Locke working out of the gun. He'll go
Yeah,
up top here for
picked him
Hamler.
up in Miami.
That is caught. Touchdown.
They're in the playoffs or something.
KJ Hamler. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
I said, well, he did give $2 million to Trump early in
I'm
his
not
trial.
sure what other ground there is to cover here. I mean, this offense has been amazing. Just total domination, Charles.
They've clicked so well, and if you really focus in on the offensive line, they've protected well when they wanted to throw the ball. They've moved people off the line of scrimmage when they wanted to run it. Smiles all the way around. This offense has been really good in this one.
Wants to try to add the PAT. Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2.
More deodorant. Necessities, yeah.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin.
And then they throw up the price of toilet paper because everybody's stealing them. Taking a bundle of them.
Down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. And that's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Now a throw to the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's second and a yard from the 34. From the gun, Murray into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Got the right one.
Picked off at the 38. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a picture. When they have to throw it,
not a good combo, huh?
Go get it.
Not a good combo.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now.
Yeah,
as this one's in the air. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them.
Oh, can you hear me?
Murray trying again after the pick 6.
I said I should have went to the gym today, but I'm glad I did.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 in the first.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his
especially after
passing
that 3-game
numbers.
set last
So right
night,
now, the only one really applauding
yeah,
probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10. And the Broncos get there and take him down.
It's Friday night.
We've been around this league for a while. Many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not one. Murray fighting, lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes.
But I think
it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Staying down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
Win start.
They'll run on first down. Dobbins down to the 25. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
On the tackle. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8. At the 20.
Another run here with Dobbins. And he's going to be stopped up just short of the first down at the Cardinals 17. It goes as a gain of 8 and moves the chains.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing around in this game. That's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands.
And he's not able able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. A.J. Epinesa in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
So it's Bronco
We'll
football
have to take you
as
to,
we
that
get
means
you
we have to
reset
take you
here.
to
They've got a third down
New
now as they
Orleans.
look for
They're the
one
ones
more
that have
first
liquor
down to help
inside
salt this one away.
that's free. Liquor that's free.
Shotgun snap to Lock. And they are going to score again. Yet another
Or
touchdown.
what we used to do is bring our own glass. Bring out,
Now it's
we
looking
get
incredibly
what's that,
likely
Route
to be a
44?
3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some
Route
momentum.
44,
And now
yep.
they're serving notice
You know what?
to
I
the
think
rest
they
of
just
the
put
league that
something
they're a
out that
pretty
you
darn
can't
good football team. Confident,
I'm about to look at
aggressive,
that.
attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess
No.
what? Behind closed doors,
I think
they're
at a
trying to
certain
figure out
time.
ways to get
At a
better.
certain time.
Let's look to add the extra point.
Yes. Yes.
And
It's
this
all
one was
day, every
over a
day.
while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos.
So they think.
The kickoff unit is out
Remember
on
the
the
one
field,
time
and
I
they will
saved,
send
I
this one
saved like
away.
a few checks and went down to
This
Vegas.
taken in about 4 yards deep.
It was like $1,200
Just
and I
take a
came
seat
back
in
to
the drive and begin
$3,600.
at the 25-yard
I
line.
sat on one slot machine.
So out now
Sat on
come
one
the
slot
Cardinals.
machine. It
Let's
was the
just be
Da Vinci
frank.
Code.
They're
Sat on there the
playing
whole
for
time.
pride at this point.
And I was done
That's
after
all
that. I
that's
said,
left
now we
because
go just have
victory,
fun.
not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well.
I won
Otherwise,
$2,000.
there could be
I was
repercussions.
get up. I
See
said, let's
how
go,
they handle
Mom.
the
And
waiting moments of this one.
hey, that police officer, she said, baby, don't leave that machine. It's hot. And I looked at her, I said, yes, ma'am. She said, I'm just letting you know, it is hot. I know these machines. My mom gave me her money, my sister gave me her money, and I was sitting there just killing it the rest of the night. we came out of there with like $5,000. My little sister went to the car because she was pregnant at the time. She went to the car and took her little, she made $1,500. They went to the car. Everybody who stayed got to split the money with me. She was like, y'all didn't save me now. I said, you can't go to the car and go to sleep. I poured everybody else their money, but I ended up giving her like $1,500.
They tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
That lady saved us
From the
that
red
night.
zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner Murray to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been
Like,
a part
keep
of
the
their
dreams
game plan
coming. I was
all
drinking
afternoon,
Crown and
but they've
Coke all
had
night
trouble
long.
hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. A second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3.
Oh, okay.
Throwing again, Murray. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
And his kick here
Bigger
is
and better
good.
they look. Bigger and better
And
they
they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
And the focus shifts back to Jerry Jeudy and his Bronco teammates. And he is just 1 reception away from 10 in this game.
We'll do it
I don't know
together.
what they need to do defensively, but something has to be altered, does it not?
I know that whenever we tried to cover a person who's having a game like this. You're trying to vary what you're doing, trying to change things up, hoping to...
And that's caught inside the 35. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Somebody watched it himself, maybe.
A lot going to throw it here. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will.
That's because you said they haven't watched the final stages.
Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Operating from the gun, Murray. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Throwing on 2nd and long. Murray. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. Murray, one final try. He's going to let it fly. It got his man complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Broncos, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll have another home date next week as the LA Rams come to town. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll get a home date next week against the Kansas City Chiefs. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the